What's going on, everyone? What you're about to see is a one-on-one session between myself and Caskets. He is a producer, a Heart Academy member, and so he and I often meet once a month, and we talk about his productions and his aspirations and things that he's trying to accomplish with his career. And I'm here to, guide him through that as best as I can and pass along the knowledge that took me years to accumulate and understand, so he can do the same thing in less time and more efficiently. So you're going to hear some of his work in this video, and I ask that you be respectful and humane and thoughtful, because it does take a level of vulnerability to be able to come on here and also, just to show someone your work, right? But then also say, you can share this work with a wider audience. So be respectful and enjoy, because this is going to be an awesome video, and there's a lot of great tips and techniques that we're going to be talking about that you can use in your own productions. If you're interested in supporting, you can do so at patreon.com/heartacademy. If you're interested in getting your own one-on-one with me, you can do so at divinedynasties.com. You can purchase them as you need, or you can become a member on Patreon in the Heart Academy tiers, and it comes with extra benefits. So check that out, see which one works for you. Either way, I'll see you when I see you. Enjoy the video, guys.
Go ahead, Ward. Oh, thank you. Hold up, it's about to get cringe though, because I do my vocals, so I'm sorry.
I'm ready. Yeah. You can't hear it though, it's gotta come up in the mix. That thing is crushed.
I'm about to go insane. I'm about to go insane.
It just loops, and I haven't finished it.
Okay. You let me down here on the second half. I thought that you need to go. It's way too it's way too high. That kick drum, you need to put that into the sub territory. That's playing like ding ding good. You need to put that down an octave if possible. What key is that in?
You're talking about, wait, hold up.
It's in D minor. If that's in D minor, that needs to come down an octave. Play that sub so that you hit that sub. And then the sidechain compression needs to be much better. That kick drum, your kick drum is non-apparent. And what you can do is, do you have Rough Rider 3?
Yes.
Use Rough Rider 3. I'm telling you. I'm gonna show you an example of what I mean on your kick drum. But then before that, because Rough Rider 3 is gonna get it punchy, is gonna get it up in the mix. But then you got to get the sidechain compression right between your kick drum and the raw kick, right? So you can use Kickstart on that short preset. I think it's called Short Extreme. It's on Kickstart and Kickstart 2. It's the Short Extreme preset. That's the sauce to use on to get the Rawtrap pump, and then the sidechain compression. So your kick drum itself can come through the mix. I would use something minus 30 to minus 35 dB threshold. I'm gonna show you. This is the best way, because you're gonna forget. I know you. Let's see here.
What?
So I'm just gonna show you. I'm gonna share my screen here.
Cool.
And then on the first half of your song, I think that fucking gated kick was fire. Now, I also think that your song is too damn loud in the drop. You're hitting at -3,
really?
-3, -2 LUFS. We get it. You can make shit loud. Congratulations. Turn it down a little bit. And it's mainly you're gonna need to do some EQ work on that first hardstyle kick that comes in on the first drop. It's real muddy in the mid range, your upper mid range, like lower treble. It's really muddy. So you need to kind of do some subtractive EQ, and I'll show you exactly what I mean here. So I'm gonna show you here. Let me see here. It's gonna take a bit of a setup real quick.
No, you're good. I'm glad you are calling this stuff out and helping me with this because literally like as I was sitting here trying to like export this really quick, I was like the sidechain is ass on the Rawtrap thing.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's a completely different one too. So like I've been using the one you showed me last time for the hardstyle sections where it's like a negative infinity and then you put your attack like all the way up or like you play with it to where you decide where you want it. So I have that for the hardstyle part, but then I try to change it similar to what I was using back in the day when I was sending you Rawtrap stuff, like that one. But I couldn't tell what the fuck was going on, like if my volume was just bad or if my sidechain was bad. And I was assuming the sidechain, so I appreciate that. But yeah, and also thank you for calling out the -3 being too loud too, because it's funny. I'll look at me, this is too quiet.
Oh my god, are you deaf?
That thing is, well, I can't remember what it was. Was it you who had something at -1 or something like that, or was it? Am I thinking of somebody else? But essentially, like ever since then, I was like, oh, that's how loud it's supposed to be. So like whenever I see it at -3, -3.6, whatever it's at, I'm just like, oh, it's not loud enough.
Oh my god.
The fact I can stop stressing about volume is phenomenal. So thank you.
Okay, I'm just doing a little bit of setup here. I need a better snare though.
No, you're good. What volume should I be shooting for?
On that drop, -4. Don't go the -4, -5. Honestly, -5 and high -4 is like 4.8.
Okay.
Yeah, that's more than enough. Especially, and you're gonna fix some of that yourself when you do that corrective EQ that needs to be done on that first kick in particular.
Okay.
I haven't heard these in forever. That's nasty.
I'm still waiting for your next hardstyle song.
Listen, I haven't played around with hardstyle in God knows how long. Alright, that's in the key of D. So now, first thing I want to do is I'm just going to EQ this. Now, what you're going to do on your kick, especially in the first half, is you're going to get a band like this and you're going to sweep through. Make the cue a little bit tighter. That's something I need to take out. You hear that? Get rid of it. Next thing, get rid of that. The shitty. More. It's going to need a lot of sculpting. We'll stick with that for our example here. Now we want to make sure, because now we need a kick drum. Now we need to make sure that the side chain is correct, right? So I'm just going to copy this side chain. And now this is side chain to the kick drum. I've got a basically minus 30 dB threshold. Look at that. Look at how that kick comes through. Without it, with it, that kick drum comes through. Now we got to get the flow right because it just still sounds shitty. Like the sounds are tight, but now we need to get the flow right. So now we say, all right, damn, I'm rhyming somehow. We need to take kickstart, and like I said, the sauce is extreme short. Boom. Now I can move this around to just get this flow right. Now let's see here.
So you stutter for your hard kicks? Like, not like stutter, but like, you know how, I guess similar to the drunken stuff you were telling me about with like the claps where you're layering it.
Oh.
And it's just slightly off?
Yes. Sometimes. So for this, I would go with something like that. That's nice.
Okay.
And then the last thing you can do on something like this is to have like a reverb on here on the kick itself.
Oh, interesting.
But then low cut it. Turn the pre-delay up. So now it's not affecting the low end of this. So now you have the splash of the reverb coming out sometimes as well. So that's what I would do, but like your kick drum is like up here, right? It's playing like this. It's playing like way too high. I know D minor is some sub. You know, you can get some nice out of that. So I'm like, where it at? That's when you hear this in full, it's gonna blow your mind. It sounds great, and the kick drum comes through beautifully. That's sick. Hold on, now I'm having fun. Yeah, the kick. God damn. Yeah, the kick drum sounds good. So that's how you want to think about that sidechain compression. You got to EQ this right on the kick itself, your hard kick, and you need to get the sidechain right. This is at like a minus 30 dB threshold once again. Then I've got the kick start to get that flow in there, because without kick start, oh, that's pretty sick though. Hold on. It's like not as tight as I want it to be. The kickstart really tightens that up, so that's a good thing to use. And then a little bit of reverb as just a creative thing, you know. That's what I would say for that. And that EQ thing's you gotta definitely do some subtractive EQ on that first kick and that first drop. Bring down the volume of that, because it's just pounding. You've got no headroom here. And then on that, because let me listen to this again. This thing. The flow is nice, but you need a different kick.
Yeah.
It's like dun dun. You need bum. You need that low octave. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes so much sense. I think it's the exact same kick I ended on, so I was just thinking like, oh, this will make a like smooth transition. But I totally see what you're saying. Like now that I'm hearing it with your context, because like whenever I'm just, like trying to write something really quick, I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. Mm-hmm. But now when you're talking about it, I'm like,
because now you've got no sub in this at all. You've got no sub. And then your kick drum is just, I don't know if you have the right kick drum sample for this, because now you need more of a trap. You need more of a trap kick. And you've got, I wanted to show you the kickstart thing. Not the kickstart, the Rough Rider thing. So, I'll share my screen again. This is what I'm talking about when I say to use kickstart or Rough Rider. This kick drum is disgusting. And basically, what am I doing on here? I'm using a glue compressor, which you can use a glue compressor too. Honestly, you can use a glue compressor. That works, because this is the kick. Without the glue compressor, it sounds like this. Where'd it go? With it, disgusting, nasty. But you can do the same thing with Rough Rider. If I got loaded in Rough Rider 3, you're gonna play your sensitivity and your makeup gain. So now that kick drum is slicing through the mix. It's punchy, it's hefty. That's a good kick drum too. So you got two options, Rough Rider. And Rough Rider's free, by the way, so you can use a glue compressor, or you can use Rough Rider. You get two different characteristics, but you know, it all still works. Oh, I kind of like that though.
Damn. Yeah.
That's a good kick. That slices through the mix. Now if we use the glue compressor. Yeah, no, Rough Rider is better for this instance. Yeah, it's good. That's nasty. So yeah, Rough Rider, it's free on your kick drums once you have your kick drum shaped how you want it to, and pitched how you want it to, like your hard kick or your like actual kick drum. Then you throw that Rough Rider on there like I just did, and I'm telling you, you play around with your sensitivity knob, you play around, you know, maybe minus 25 and minus 30 dB on your sensitivity, and then you throw that makeup gain until it sounds right. I'm telling you, woo! Game changer.
Amazing. Thank you. See, this is why I saved it for you before I just go up and play this shit.
Yeah. So
be looking goofy.
yeah, that'd have been interesting on stage for sure. Actually, nobody would have noticed except for you. You'd have been like, "Damn, there's no sub in this." I think you need to really the kick drum needs to be refined, possibly even a different sample.
Okay, yeah.
And then now you know what to do with the hard kick itself. So yeah, you got some grinding to do on this one before you throw that on stage.
I know we were talking about like the volume and stuff like that on the first drop. I just wanted to make sure, since a lot of the comments was about the second drop, besides volume control and subtractive EQing and all that good stuff, is there anything else to work on to make it not sound like
Go insane.
Because the talk and kick of this like, and the timbre of this kick drum is gnarly. It's dope. It's the fucking actual reverse part of that chunk. That's the part that needs work. Maybe down in volume, but then yeah, really just the subtractive EQ. Everything else is leveled just fine. The other thing that I want you, can you move? You way too much. You're pushing me around. Is your vocal. When you're spelling out your vocal, I can't hear I can't hear that shit at all. So what you can use is if you look in the top right hand corner, there's another handy thing. This will be the best $40 you spend all year if you don't have it. RVox 3 or not RVox 3. I'm getting all this shit mixed up. RVox. It's in the chat. Renaissance Vox. I swear to Bob, this is be the best $40 you spend all year. Especially because if you're trying to do vocals, you need the vocals to be up in the mix. They need to be nicely compressed, sounding nice and good, but nice and centered. And on top of the entire mix, you use RVox. It's as easy as just bringing that slider down till it sounds loud enough. I'm telling you, oh my God, it's phenomenal.
Okay, so are the vocals where I'm spelling the name, like the tag, is that cringe? Because I actually had to rework on that. That's mainly what I worked on today before I came to you. And the reason why is because, okay, so my girlfriend, she doesn't really give much feedback. She's usually like, this is good. Yeah, and that's about it.
That's how it
the
goes.
First time ever, she gave genuine feedback where she goes, Jordan, that was cringe. That was just like, oh shit.
She's saying that this right here?
Yeah, like the CSKTS. She was like, it sounds like you, bro. That's cringe. So I was like, all right. Well,
ORDS.
There's nothing cringe about that, man.
I think that's fire. I mean, like, yours sounds cool. Mine sounds like me, but like pitched down.
I mean, but I'm pretty sure I just pitched it down. It's got some distortion on there. So, Heaviosity Theory.
Yeah.
That's $120, but you want that distortion that's gonna get you sounding like fucking DEFCON 1? Yeah.
See, okay, so I actually have it on there, but maybe I'm just using the wrong preset. I'm just using it.
What, you're using Theory? You have it?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I'm just using it super incorrectly.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let's do an experiment here. Hold on. Speakers. First, you gotta get in character. Yeah. Get the speakers knocking. The speakers are knocking. Get the speakers knocking. Yeah. It's okay. It's gonna be cringe. There we go.
Oh, whoa! How'd you set up the lane?
Oh, that was command option U to open it, and these are all your takes. So the more takes that I do, it opens another lane. Jaga jaga la la la. So now it's in another lane right here. So if I like that, then I can move it to the actual main lane. Or I can just close them.
Oh, that's sick. Okay.
Yep. The speakers are knocking. Let's do that. So now, what would I do with this to make this crazy? The speakers are knocking. The first thing I would do is get all this background noise off because I have my fan on. My like AC thing, it's like right next to me. So what I would do is I would Clarity VX this. This is from Waves. The speakers are knocking. Now that literally took out all the background noise. The speakers are knocking. Beautiful. And then I de-reverb it. The speakers are knocking. The speakers are knocking. Cool. Now, next thing I do is EQ this.
The speakers are knocking.
Same thing that you're gonna do with your kick drum, right?
The speakers are
I'm
knocking.
taking out these annoying frequencies.
The speakers are knocking. The speakers are knocking. The speakers are knocking.
Right there, gotta get rid of that.
The speakers are not. The speakers are.
Right there, that's awful.
The speakers are knocking.
All right, so I'd start there.
The speakers are knocking.
Now I'm gonna play around with, let's see how the fuck I can pitch myself around.
The speakers are.
And usually I'm gonna be pitching around till it sounds like it's almost in key almost, but I don't have any key to go off of,
The
but
speakers are knocking. The speakers are knocking.
The speakers are knocking.
so now I did that. But you see, it's all about, you gotta get in character. You can't just sit there and be self-conscious about it. Like, you gotta like forget about everything that's going on around you. Anybody that's there, they don't exist anymore. And you're just talking like you're Morgan Freeman or some shit. You're narrating the Lord of the Rings or something.
I wish I said like Morgan Freeman.
The
Damn.
rings of power. And sometimes, like, I didn't say that loud. Like, I was like, I got real close to the mic and I was like, the rings of power, you know, and just fucking going for it.
The speakers are knocking.
So then once, like, that was in complex,
The speakers are knocking.
you got to put that shit in complex pro. So now you get the formants and you can play around with the envelope of it.
The speakers are. The speakers are.
The speakers are.
The speakers are knocking.
So now I've got some nice, like, gruff to it. But now, I'm going to show you this Arvox shit. So check this out. This is going to be crazy. Just to fucking give you a good example here.
The speak.
So now if we have this, and then if I go to my effects here, I'm just to kind of create the ambience for us here. I need, gosh darn it. Where would it be? Where would that be? Effects kits, hardstyle. I haven't gone in here in so long, I don't even know what the hell. I need kick drags. Use this. Oh, I need an audio channel.
The speakers are.
Put it in the key of D.
The speaker. The speakers are not. The speakers are knocking. The speakers are knocking.
So now we've got the feel a little
The
bit.
speakers are
And
knocking.
now this will let me know, like, okay, we're not quite there yet. So now let's get this fucker louder by using Arvox, because this is,
The speakers are knocking.
because now I can hear it, but it's not how I want it yet. So I'm gonna use Arvox, and literally look how easy it is.
The speakers are knocking.
I just put it
Damn.
like, yeah, now it's the shit's loud.
The speakers are knocking.
Now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use Sibilance. This is a de-esser from Waves as well. This is like my favorite right now. Just gonna get rid of this, because look at all the S's. So it literally tells me where it's de-essing. So now when I turn it,
The speakers are knocking.
it sounds way better.
The speakers are knocking.
Alright, so now we have that. Now the next thing that I'm gonna do here, honestly, ballad reverb.
Hey,
The speak. The s- the s- the s- the speak. The speakers are knocking. The speakers are knocking.
Okay. Now what I would do is I would use an EQ, or not an EQ, a delay.
The speakers are.
That's sick.
The speakers are knocking. The speakers are knocking. The speakers.
Yeah, that's hard.
The speakers are knocking. The speakers are knocking.
Sick. And then, but we're not done yet. I'm doing all this so I can still hear the effects. Now I'm gonna throw on fucking Fury and see what the hell happens here.
The speakers are knocking.
That's fucking tight.
The speakers are knocking. The speakers. The speakers. The speakers. The speakers are. The speakers are knocking.
I don't know about that. I don't know what you're using, but I don't know. Fury's pretty dope.
The speakers are knocking.
oh yeah, it's definitely user error on my end. So I acknowledge that.
This is pretty hard to me.
The speakers are knocking.
That's sick.
The speakers are. The speaker. The speakers are.
Yes.
The speaker. The speakers are. The speakers are. The speakers are not. The speaker. The speaker. The speaker. The speaker.
And this is what I do. I'm going through every fucking thing I can and like list. Okay,
Yeah.
is that right? Is that right?
The speakers are knocking.
That's nice.
The speaker. The speakers are knocking.
That sounds good. And then I throw a EQ after this, so I can do further shaping that affects everything after this.
The speakers are knocking. The speakers are knocking. The speakers are knocking. The speakers are knocking. The speakers are the speakers are knocking. The speakers are knocking.
And there it is, man. This was my half-assed attempt, and it turned into something sick. So now we hear it.
The speakers are knocking.
That's sick. So,
Sounds like Headhunter's about to make me feel alive. Yeah.
shit. So now that I have this on here, like I can pretty much say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Possibly. Let's see. The tacos from Taco Bell were outstanding, but the aftermath they left was atrocious. Beware of the diarrhea in the toilet. You could probably say some shit like this. It's probably gonna be dope as hell. This is -5, so let's just see what the hell happens. -5, same shit. Move this out of the way here. And here we go. Just who knows what it'll sound like.
The tacos from Taco Bell were outstanding, but the aftermath they left was atrocious. Beware of the diarrhea in the toilet.
That shit is fire. See what I'm saying? That shit's hard. There it is.
Shit makes me so mad, dude.
That shit sounded crisp. Oh, forgot about that. Hold on, where'd it go? Yeah, this is crazy. But see, there's nothing magical here. You can do this. You already have Fury. You don't even have to spend $120. You already did it. And then like the delay I used was Echo Boy from Sound Toys. You can use the stock Ableton delays just as good. Let's see if I can make the same thing here. Let's see here, just a regular delay. Here we go. So
The tacos from Taco Bell were outstanding. The tacos from Taco Bell were outstanding.
there it is. And then ping pong.
The tacos from Taco Bell were outstanding, but the aftermath they left was atrocious.
That's sick. Now with Echo Boy.
The tacos from Taco Bell were outstanding.
And the only thing with this is because it sounds like that because it's more up here.
The tacos from Taco Bell were outstanding, but the
And now we have the same effect. So it was just more high cut. So yeah, you can do the same thing with the Ableton delay is actually fucking exquisite. So yeah, man. I mean, that's just and like with the sibilance thing, you can use the stock de-esser and get sort of the same effect. But this is from Waves sibilance. Then RVox, best $40 you'll spend in your life. And then I had to get rid of the room, like, because I don't ever want to be in a, like, treated room, because I just hate the look of it, and it's, like, too clinical to me, like a treated, super good-looking, crazy professional I just want the nice natural light coming in the window, you know, I got my shit in the back, whatever. But when you do that, you got to say, okay, if I'm trying to do vocals a lot, then it's not going to be as good as being in a vocal booth. So I say, okay, I need waves or something that'll denoise my sample, my take, and that will de-reverb it. You know, so like something like not RVox, Waves de-reverb, Waves Clarity VX. Yeah, those two things, they were $25 each. So they're not the best $50 you'll ever spend.
I'm looking at the Wave stuff right now, and literally everything's on sale.
It always is. It always is.
Really?
So literally, get RVox, get Waves VX, Clarity VX, and Clarity D Reverb, and I'm telling you, your vocals will be well on their way.